VTR 4902, Crossroads, episode 4080, part 1 on the send-off.
Hey, Mac, the phone.
What?
Dulcet tones for you, Squire.
What?
On the blower.
Who?
Alice Daintree, no less.
Oh, I'm busy.
What sort of attitude's that, then? Is that the right way to set an example for your workmen?
What does she want?
Her car's broken down. She wants you to get straight over there.
Me?
Personally. Price of fame, Guff?
You can go.
I've already offered to go over. I was turned down flat. She wants the business, right? So if I were you, I'd get over there a bit sharp before chances breathe it down your neck. Or with a bill, like Alice could be breathing down your neck.
Could stop dangling the bait, Sidney, because I'm not going to bite. Mrs. Daintree happens to be a very straightforward lady.
There's no such creature.
Just going to answer the phone.
So what am I going to tell her?
Tell her I'll be there.
Hey, what's this?
I'm in no mood for jokes.
But what is it?
It's called work, Paul, of a highly confidential nature. A questionnaire to be given to each of our guests, which will practically tell us what they do with their nail pairings. What use it is, I can't imagine.
Patterns do emerge, if of course the truth is told. Mr. Buxton, for instance, listen to this. Purpose of visit, conference. As he never left his room for 2 whole days and had all his meals brought in, I can only assume that he and his secretary had a great deal to confer about. Now then, I'm off to the cottage for an hour. Can you come?
I can't.
Why not?
She who must be obeyed has decreed that I collate this little lot and have it ready for her beady eye by 5 o'clock. When I pointed out that I couldn't possibly get it ready by 5 o'clock, she said that as I lived on the premises, a little overtime would hardly be an inconvenience.
What did you say to that?
Nothing. I smiled. She doesn't like smiles. She can't knock them down.
We are having a go, aren't we?
She wants rid of me.
Oh, come on, Miranda.
But because I'm Daddy's daughter, she can't be seen to swing the axe. She'd like the satisfaction of me throwing it all in. Well, she'll not get it.
What will she get?
Smiles.
I do envy you your knowledge, Mr. MacDonald. Seriously, there's nothing more infuriating than to get in a car and the damn thing won't start.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What do you think it was?
Oh, probably just a little bit of damp, but I've checked it through.
Those things you blew through,
Jets.
could I do that?
Only if you like the taste of petrol. But I wouldn't advise it. It's a bit complicated. Look, if you have any problems, just give us a call.
You're so very kind.
Oh, not at all. Now, let's see.
Oh, that sounds a lot better.
Yeah, good.
Well, how much do I owe you?
Oh, well, you can put it on account.
Of course we can. Thirsty work, that. I'm sure you wouldn't say no to a beer, Mr. MacDonald.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, what's your first name?
Well, Joe, but everybody calls me Mac.
Then Mac it shall be.
Thank you.
Sid. Listen. I'm sorry, mate. About yesterday. I was way out of line.
It's okay, John boy.
Hey, listen, can I buy you a beer?
Yeah, I know.
Ah, great. I was in a filthy mood, but there was no reason to take it out on you, was there? Do your best, Pierce, please, Mandy.
I thought you were a shorts man, John.
Only for running. No, you know, seriously, there's a lot of flack around these days.
Yeah.
And it's no laughing matter when the book stops at your intro, you know what I mean?
I know all about it, mate.
Yeah, of course you do.
Look at me with the garage. Had it going like clockwork, didn't I? Ask for acknowledgement?
Well, it's asking too much of some people, isn't it? Ah, thanks, Mandy. Here, and have one yourself, will you, love?
Thank you.
So,
Let's cheers, John.
yeah, cheers, Sid. All the best. You know what it's about, Sid?
What's that, John?
Life. It's about being first out of the starting blocks when the pistol goes. Setting the pace. Letting them catch you if you can. Foot in the door, fast sell. Yeah, it's exciting, Sid.
Oh, I bet it is, John.
You know, when you're selling, you're putting your reputation on the line 12 hours every day. And there's no looking over your shoulder. No. If yesterday was good, tomorrow's got to be better. You've got to improve your figures all the time.
Oh, come on, John, you can do that.
Yeah, yes, I know I can. Only sometimes it gets to you, you know what I mean, Sid? And you do bloody silly things like falling out with your mates.
That's forgotten about, John. Forgotten about.
Ah, correct.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Well, I do get to see him now and again, but it's never often enough.
That's dreadful.
Well, it's Trina, that's my ex. She's a very difficult lady.
She must have been.
She gives me aggro even now when I go around to see him. So I keep the visits down to a minimum, you know, for Benji's sake. I do believe that sort of thing affects kids, don't you?
It's very thoughtful of you, Mac. Is there, I mean, well, is there anyone else?
Oh, no way. Once bitten, you know.
I'm sure there's someone. For a nice man like you, there's bound to be someone.
Well, there's no hurry, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's wise. The right person, the right place, that's what you need.
Well, thanks for the drink anyway.
Oh, do have another.
You know, the driving, all that.
That's very commendable. I wish Vernon could hear you say that. Drinks far too much. He's totally out of condition.
Well, I've been talking much too much. I hope I didn't bore you.
Oh, no. Truly, any time.
Well, thanks again.
Don't mention it. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, that's...
It's a blessing to have someone that you can really rely on these days. If my car breaks down, would I be an awful nuisance if I phoned?
Oh, not at all.
You personally, I mean. I do so believe in the personal touch.
Oh, yes. Well, bye, Mrs. Daintree.
Bye.
See you again.
Bye.
Bye.
So, that'll be there, okay? Oh, hello, where are you off to?
Oh, cut a few more olive branches.
You what?
My day for saying sorry.
Oh.
I've just finished, Sid. Now it's your turn. Well, there's no significance in that order, of course. I just wanted to say I'm very sorry about last night. But there were things I needed to discuss with you. Important things.
I see.
So how are you fixed for tonight?
Well,
We can go for a little meal somewhere.
Well, I'd much rather not, honestly. I mean, when I finish here, I just want to relax, really.
Well, it's the general idea. Go somewhere and be waited on for a change.
Yeah, well, I'd have to go home and have a bath and change and get made up, wouldn't I? I'd rather cook you something at home.
You are the limit.
Well, we could have the casserole again. Put it in the oven. It's always best second time round, isn't it? Anyway, what have you got in your mind, then?
It'll keep till later, love.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad you made it up with Sid, anyway.
Yes. Oh, Siddy's not a bad sort,
How
really.
did you manage that?
Well, Siddy's easy. Just stick a pint in his hand and give him a jolt. You, though, you're something else.
We haven't fallen out, John.
Who in his right mind could fall out with Kath Brownlow?
So, what do you want to talk about?
Little thing like our future.
Sunshine, where you been? I was going to send out a search party for you.
You what?
What's wrong with the car?
Nothing.
Nothing? You've been doing nothing for 2 hours? That's nice work if you can get it.
Our jets could have been blocked in the car.
It's a 5-minute job.
So I checked the system.
And you gave her the once-over on the QT?
Don't start, okay?
Okay, enough said, enough said. Touchy subject, eh? I get the picture. Consenting adults in private.
You do not get the picture, Sidney.
Okay, do you want a drink? And then we'll go home and see what Maeve's got to fish out of the cauldron. Fancy a short?
Have a lager. You got her all wrong, you know.
An old man's 2 stone overweight, you know that? That's some handicap. He's never going to keep up with her, so...
She's a very nice lady, Sidney.
She may be a nice lady, but I want to tell you one thing, mate.
What?
You just watch yourself.
Table for 2 at 7:45.
Will that be difficult?
For you, madam, nothing is too difficult.
Oh, thank you. And would you put some champagne on ice for me?
Certainly. House?
The best.
Am I to take it madam is celebrating?
By the end of the evening, I intend to be.
Ah,
Business.
I see.
Important business. So I'd like the very best attention.
As always.
No, not as always, Paul. Sometimes I've felt positively neglected.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But as long as everything's perfect for tonight.
We shall endeavor to meet with madam's approval.
Thank you. Oh, and it's a company account, so if you charge it to all-rounder sportswear, it'll be quite in order, I assure you.
Hello, darling.
Hello. Don't say I forgot something.
What?
Well, we haven't fixed to go out, have we?
No, not fixed, but
Thank God.
well, I thought we might.
I couldn't face it.
Just a little cosy meal.
I had a pig of a day.
Even at the golf club.
Up to my eyeballs. Now, what I want is a couple of these, feet up, nosh in front of the telly. There's a Clint Eastwood on, ain't there? Oh, what a lovely way to make a million. Wrapped up in a blanket, shooting at anything that moves.
I haven't cooked anything.
What do you mean you haven't cooked?
I had trouble with the car.
What the hell's that got to do with anything?
I was on the way to the butcher's.
All you've got to do is pick up a phone.
Spent ages trying to get it going.
How often have I said, eh? Trade it in, get something new. But will you listen? It's sweet, Vernon.
Well, it is.
Not the damn use it is stuck in the drive, not starting. You should have phoned the Crossroads garage.
I did.
Did they send anyone?
Yes. I think he said he was the manager.
Fix it.
No trouble. Look, I'll run your bath and put your fresh clothes out, and we'll go off and have a nice meal together.
What's up with you?
What?
Oh, in a hell of a good mood all of a sudden, aren't you?
I just feel good, that's all.
Any messages?
On your desk in order of arrival.
How efficient. I do like the times noted.
Anything you say?
Could be important, vital even.
Message received and understood.
Feeling a bit spiky?
I have known better days.
Was it Peter Maitland who telephoned or his secretary?
His secretary. That rather puts us secretaries in our place, doesn't it?
Not at all invaluable. But Peter, for instance, just uses his for delaying tactics, and I don't like being delayed. Are you doing anything tonight?
Not that I know of.
Good. Then you can join me for supper. I've just got to go and send a telex, and then I'll fix it with Mr. Ross. About 8:30? Don't be late. I'm famished.
Mind you, she's got everybody on their toes. I say that for her. Not the same, though, you know. Not that easy feeling. Still, I suppose it's always the way with these big companies, isn't it? Push, push, push. Huh. You'd know all about that, wouldn't you, John? She's going to make changes, you know. Still, she'll have to take me as I am a lumpet, because I'm too old to change. Castro's in.
Look, come and sit down a minute.
What?
Yeah, come on, sit down. Let's have a talk.
What?
I'm glad you feel like that.
What?
About your job. Because they don't deserve you, so it serves them right.
What does?
You're leaving.
Leaving? What on earth?
Yes, I've got to move. Yorkshire.
Lord.
Bigger territory, promotion. Well, kind of promotion in the offing, so to speak.
Look, I don't follow you, John.
Well, you see, there's this bloke. He runs the York Slanks bit, and he's not been up to the mark, so the company are being a bit worried. Who do they turn to? Yours truly.
What, I mean, they want you to take over?
Well, eventually. I mean, they're going to be kind to him and ease him out gently.
Oh, I see.
Well, I think that deserves a bit of a smile, don't you?
That means a move, though, does it?
Yeah, Sheffield. What do you think about that?
Listen, John.
It's a lovely area, you know. Yeah, it's very central. You can get anywhere from there. And I tell you, there'll be none of these nights on the road. No, I shall be home to you regular as clockwork. And keep the weekends free and we can get out and about. I've got a little bit put by and you can sell up here and we can buy a nice house there, you know, on the outskirts with a bit of a view.
It's a bit sudden, John.
Well, look, when an opportunity comes like this, you've got to grab it.
Yeah,
Listen, love, we said we'd be wed by the spring, didn't we? We always said that, didn't we, eh? Well, it's almost gone. So let's grab it by the tail.
If I promise to deliver something, Mr. Patterson, I assure you that it will.
Somebody's working hard.
She could tone down her performance a bit. A little subtlety wouldn't come amiss. Still give her time.
Sounds like the voice of experience.
Some of us have come through the mill, and when you do that, you use all the ammunition you can lay your hands on. There are others who haven't had to work quite so hard.
My father delights in giving me a rough time.
As rough times go, it's got wall-to-wall carpeting. Tell me about yourself.
Well, Daddy, as I'm sure you know, has quite a reputation in the city. Mummy has a different kind of reputation, wherever she decides to pitch her tent.
Well, how does that work out?
Disastrously. They're divorcing.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. What, doesn't it bother you?
The divorce? Of course it does. I've always thought of them as a couple. Pretty wayward couple, but... I was a teenager before it dawned on me that not everybody's parents were quite like mine. Normality came as something of a shock.
So that's what's made you so wary of people.
Cautious, perhaps. Maybe I could do with a little of her thick skin.
You don't need that kind of armor plating.
Don't I?
No. Because there's not a lot that really frightens you. I know. Because there's not a lot that really frightens me either.
Look, it's a question of loyalty.
Who to?
The company.
Oh, to hell with them.
Oh, John.
Well, it's a new lot. You don't know anything to them.
But I still feel part of it.
Oh, come on,
I do. I've got a very good job there. It carries a lot of responsibility, and I think I do it very well. I find it very rewarding.
Yes, I know,
Look,
Kath,
it
but...
means a lot to me.
But you can get a job anywhere.
Where?
In Sheffield. Well, when we settle down, we'll have a look around. I'll work you in somewhere. Now, I'm on the up and up, Kath, and you're coming with me.
No, John.
Listen, I know I've sprung it on you, but give it a go at least. At least come up and give the place the once-over.
Look, I'm not talking about the move. Or the place. I'm talking about us. It's no good pretending, is it, love? You and I, we've known for some time. We've just been papering over the cracks. No, love. I should have put this into words a long time ago. I mean, when you're talking about your hopes and ambitions, I mean, I'm ever so glad for you, but I've never felt part of them. All that energy and drive you've got to put into it, I've never seen the attraction, you see. Bigger car, bigger office, more secretaries. I mean, I'm not pretending I got everything in the world I want, but compared with some people, I consider myself very lucky. I've got this house, all paid for, and good friends, and a job I enjoy.
No, Kath, don't.
Clean break's best, John.
What?
Best for both of us. And I hope everything works out well for you, love. I mean that with all my heart.